remember that I was in prison for 8.5 years, and I haven't even been out for 3 years yet. And now I'm living my dream life. I have my dream physique. I'm living in my dream house. I'm living my purpose, my passion. Everything is working out for me perfectly, and I've manifested so much. And it wasn't from selling courses. It was from an entirely different business that I built that I didn't even start selling anything from my brand till about 6 months or a year ago, doing coaching calls here and there. Now I'm getting to that next level. Now I'm teaching that. And where I learned all of this was from this book right here. Not just reading it, but actually living it and being it and applying it in my life. And this is what I'm teaching you now. And this is just, I'm going to show you a clip of things that I've just recently manifested in my life. Remember, I've only been out of prison a little over 2 years. So remember that as you're going through these techniques and these exercises and this book and applying this in your life. Here's the clip right here. The beautiful McLaren. Here's my F250. Here's my TRX. Here's my Z06. And what you're manifesting may not be material things. It may be something a little bit different, helping others, creating, but it's all essentially the same thing. These techniques teach you how to do anything that you want. Anything that you desire, you can create into your life by changing who you are, by changing your concept, by learning how to visualize, by strengthening the attention of your mind, being more present throughout the day, knowing that you're living in a simulation. And this is why I cover this stuff. And this is what my school community is all about. Is this training, is getting you to that next level where you can start creating stuff, and it can happen this quick. This is what I'm trying to tell you. It can happen this quick within just a year or 2 years. So don't ever lose hope of yourself and your future vision of what you can create, because my story should motivate you, and it should give you hope, and it should give you faith, because my story, being in prison for so long and getting out and now living the life of my dreams in such a short time. Imagine you just making that slight shift in your life by applying these exercises, by changing your concept of yourself ever so slightly, and everything, you'll be so surprised at how everything can shift and change so easily for you just by simply living it and being and living the person that you love and admire, and the person that you want to be, living as if you're that person now, and falling asleep with that person, but also developing the facility of your mind, the faculty of your mind with your focused attention, and stop consuming and start creating, doing the dopamine detoxes, getting off drugs, focusing your mind and your attention on that future vision, and just completely submerging yourself and acting as if you are this person now. So it can really be that simple for you. So remember that as we're going through chapter 9, the power of awareness today, and as you enter the school community where we cover all this, we have the courses, we have the routines, we have everything set up in place, all the tools that you need in order to facilitate this into your world. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with chapter 9, preparing your place. Neville Goddard, the power of awareness. This is what I attribute my success to, but also implementing the techniques and applying the tool and actually using this and putting in application form, not just reading it, but doing it and being it and living it. Remember that. All right, so this is from John 17:10. And all mine are thine, and thine are mine. John 17:10. Thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. Revelation 14. All is yours. Do not go seeking for that which you are. Appropriate it, claim it, and assume it. Do not go looking. Everything is within you. The internal world. Imagination creates reality. Your outside world cannot change until you first change the inner world. Do not go seeking for that which you are. Be it, live it, act as if right now. Everything depends upon your concept of yourself. Your outside world will reflect your inner change. That which you do not claim as true of yourself cannot be realized by you, only the inner world. The promise is, whoever hath, to him it shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall it be taken away, even that which he seemeth to have. You cannot change the exterior world without first changing the inner world. Remember that. You cannot change, and if you try to change the outside world, you may see temporary changes, but it's always going to go back to your original concept of self until you make the inner change and shift states of consciousness. Change who you are, acting as if and falling asleep as that new person, becoming that new person. Your world is not going to sustain that. It's not going to stay that way until you make a thorough and permanent change of concept of self. All right, so hold fast in your imagination to all that is lovely and of good rapport. For the lovely and of good rapport are essential in your life if it to be worthwhile. Assume it. You do this by imagining that you are already that what you want to be and already have what you want to have. Remember that. There it is. Imagination creates reality. So what do? You imagine that you already are what you want to be. And you already have what you want to have. Imagine it. And remember, whatever the simulation is telling you that you can't have, simply start imagining it. If somebody tells you you can't have this, you're never going to have this, start imagining it. Start imagining it. And also drive, motivation, pushing to that next level. This creates a new version of yourself because you might be kind of complacent in your life right now. You start visualizing yourself counting $100 bills. You start visualizing yourself having a Lamborghini. You start visualizing the physique of your dreams. You're going to touch that. You're going to feel that. And you're going to like that feeling. And it's going to create a new concept of yourself. And then you're going to automatically act within the simulation because the internal world has changed and you're going to get those things. You're going to get those things. You're going to become a different person that knows how to get those things. You're not going to be wondering how. You're only wondering who, and you become who by visualizing. This is the secret. This is the magic of manifestation. This is how I created everything that I've created. This is how I'm here with you today. This is how I'm teaching this to you today. This is how I've created everything that I have. Within under 3 years, creating almost 500,000 followers and subscribers. Creating a very successful brand that's, most people can't even ever do in their whole lifetime, simply by applying these principles. So, all right. So Proverbs 23:7, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Everything's within you. Your heart is within you. That's what that's saying, the symbolic nature. As a man thinketh in your heart, how you feel, what you consent to being true of your world based on your concept of yourself is going to be that way. Your world is going to be that way. So be still and know that you are that which you desire to be. In meditation, get to know thyself. Get to know thyself, be still, and know right now in the present moment from the event that you are now everything that you desire to be and you have everything that you desire to have. And you will never have to search for it. Once you become it, you're not going to be searching for anything anymore. You will be it. You'll be attracting it, and you'll start seeing the doors opening and everything coming to you. All right? So in spite of your appearance of freedom of action, you obey as everything else does with the law. All right, the law of assumption. So whatever you may think of the question of free will, the truth is your experiences throughout your life are determined by your assumptions, okay? So whether conscious or unconscious. An assumption builds a bridge of incidents that lead inevitably to the wish fulfilled, the fulfillment of itself. Man believes the future to be the natural development of the past, but the law of assumption clearly shows that this is not the case. Your assumption places you psychologically where you are not physically. Then your senses pull you back from where you were psychologically to where you are physically. It is these psychological forward motions that produce your physical forward motions in time. Precognition permeates all the scriptures of the world. This is the Bible verse that explains this too, that we go a little bit further deeper into this from John 14:2, 3, and 29. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would not have told you, or I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you, and if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. And now that I have told you before it comes to pass, that when it come to pass, ye might believe. The I in this quotation is your imagination, which goes into the future, into one of the many mansions. Mansion is the state desired. Telling of an event before it occurs. The telling of an event before it occurs. Physically is simply feeling yourself into the state desired until it has the tones of reality. Simply feeling yourself into the state desired, the person you want to be, feeling it and acting as if you are that person, then feeling it to be true until it has the tones of reality. You go and prepare a place for yourself by imagining yourself into the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Then you speed from this state of the wish fulfilled, where you have not been physically, back to where you were physically a moment ago. Then, with an irresistible forward movement, you move across a series of events to the physical realization of your wish. That where you have been in imagination, there you will be in the flesh also. All right, so unto the place where hence rivers come, thither they return again. Ecclesiastes 1:7. I love that chapter. We're going to get into chapter 10 next. But like I said, I'm breaking this down a lot further within the school community for an hour. I'm breaking this down with doing a live event on each one of these chapters on Wednesdays. So if you're interested in that, join. The link is in the description. The very first link you can apply to join, and you can get your place, your position within the community now. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one.